When it comes to fictional characters, none have had as big of an impact on me as the Dark Knight himself, Batman. Batman is such an interesting character who has captivated me since early childhood and has continued to be my favorite fictional character to this day. Growing up, I used to watch Batman 1989 with Michael Keaton and Batman the Animated Series constantly, to the point that I wear a plastic Batman mask everywhere I went. Sorry for the embarrassing moments, Mom. But I'm not the only one who loves the Caped Crusader from Gotham, as the character's popularity has continued to rise through comics, movies, TV shows, video games, and more. Batman has seen so many different iterations over the years, while other beloved comic book characters have yet to even make it off a comic book page. So today, I want to talk about why Batman is so popular and why he's my favorite character in fiction. Hello YouTube, my name is Ronnie, and welcome to Peak Fiction. Now, Batman is such a well-liked character by many, and it's really no surprise. The idea of an ordinary man waging a war on crime to save his city is an act that many people can understand. Sure, not everyone can relate to being a wealthy millionaire,
Billionaire, Vicky. Millionaires are so last year.
whose parents were gunned down in front of them as a young child in an alley, but the relatability of Batman comes more so from him finding strength and determination from a moment of helplessness. I do see a lot of fans these days groan about the so-called over-reliance of the Wayne's death in Batman stories, and while I do get the initial fatigue, I can't really agree with their sentiment. So much of who Bruce Wayne and Batman is as a character comes from his parents' deaths, because the night Thomas and Martha Wayne die, Batman is born. Batman uses that experience of fear he felt as motivation to fight the crime that took away his family and his innocence. Bruce becoming Batman because of a tragedy is something that really humanizes him and makes him relatable to people like us. Many of us go through challenging and tragic experiences in life that shape and can change who we are. Batman teaches us that we may not be able to control our experiences, but we can learn to rise from them and become better in spite of them. Now that I got that basic breakdown of his origin, I think it's time to highlight a different reason why I love Batman, and that is his environment, aka Gotham City. Gotham City is not just a regular urban city backdrop for Batman stories, it's actually a whole other character. Something that is so cool is seeing how different writers, artists, and directors portray Gotham in their stories, because there's an eerie familiarity to what we know, yet it's so much worse and different. Gotham is a great foil to Batman's mission because it makes you question whether Bruce can, or even should, truly save it. Despite the city's never-ending tendency to breed crime, Batman never gives up on it, which creates this tug-of-war feeling of suspense that makes Batman stories unique.
And here we go.
Now, you can't mention Gotham and not mention Batman's infamous rogues gallery. One reason Batman is constantly used in multiple forms of media is that he has so many popular villains. Joker, Bane, Poison Ivy, Two-Face, and the Riddler are just to name a few. And like Batman in Gotham City, these characters can be reimagined by writers to create some fresh and interesting stories. Movies like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker prove that a lot of people find Batman's villains just as interesting as him, and that these villains have as much depth as Batman. What makes Batman's villains so enthralling is that they act like a dark mirror to Batman. They can share similar traits, goals, or even tragedies to Batman, which helps show how Bruce could have turned out had he gone down a darker path. The villains add a lot to Batman stories because they often present threats and dilemmas that challenge the concept of what it means to be Batman. I could go on for days about Batman villains and their intricacies, but that would be way too long, and perhaps I'll just tackle that in a different video someday if you guys are interested. But for now, I'll just make the point that a protagonist is only as good as their antagonist, and move on. While Batman has some of the greatest villains, it can be said that he also has some of the greatest allies. Alfred, Robins, Batgirls, and Commissioner Gordon are some of the few members I'll mention for the Bat family, and boy do they play a huge part in shaping who Batman is. Much like his villains, the Bat family share many similar interests to Batman, but unlike his villains, his allies help Batman become a better man and a better hero. They help pull him back to the light in some of his most darkest moments. They provide him with wisdom, help, and hope. Bruce may have lost his family in Crime Alley, but the beauty is that he learns to find a new family as Batman. I can't go too deep into the members of the Bat family either, but I did want to highlight their role in Batman's life and how they give him purpose to keep protecting Gotham. One saying that has stuck with me as a Batman fan comes from Christopher Nolan's Batman Begins, where Bruce is asked,
Why do we fall?
And the answer is that so we can learn to pick ourselves back up.
So that we can learn to pick ourselves up.
This single phrase encapsulates why I love Batman as a character. I enjoy stories that show off his intelligence, his fighting skills, his detective work, and his awesome arsenal of toys. I think it's amazing seeing a human at peak performance fighting alongside and against superpowered beings, gods, and creatures. His intensity and the use of fear to fight against criminals is exciting. And despite being a dark and fearful hero, he has moments where he shows compassion and refuses to kill even when it would be the easy choice. But the number one reason I find Batman in this quote so inspiring is that it highlights his ability to rise from defeat. Batman has been beaten, bloodied, and broken physically, mentally, and emotionally, but every single time he finds a way to stand back up. When his back is against the wall, all odds are stacked against him, and it looks like all hope is lost, Batman keeps fighting. I don't ever see myself losing interest in Batman as a character, and I hope this video shows you why I believe that Batman is a part of peak fiction. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and consider subscribing. And if you disagree with any points I made or have a point or suggestion you'd like to make, I'd love to see you comment down below. I will admit this is very new to me, and I'm really excited to do more videos like this and also do some different kinds of videos in the future. Let me know what you guys think, and let me know if there's anything you'd like to see changed. Until next time, be good to yourselves and have a good one. Thanks for watching.